Hello, my name is Ronin Pawn, and welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program Career Series here on the Ronin Pawn channel, brought to you by the Rockamax Corporation, making rockets and junk since earlier this morning. So we've got a lot to do in this mission. This is going to be Mission 5. In Mission 5 I have very big plans. I have very big plans indeed. But before we get into all of that, first, let's get into Pawnington. I want to take a moment. Let's just dip inside the R&D center where it's quiet. Yes, it's nice and quiet in the R&D center. So before we get started with anything today, I'd like to sing you a song about someone who's very near and dear to my heart, very special to me in a number of ways. So I've got my guitar here, and if you know the words, sing along. So here we go. Ready, and a 1 and a 2. Here we go. Will back, he's a mighty fine guy. Will back, I love him and I'll tell you why. He's the first subscriber that I ever had. When he clicked subscribe, he made me oh so glad. If he ever comes to Shaftesbury, he can crash at my pad. If he leaves, he'll make me sad. Will back, he's a mighty fine guy. Will back, he's an awesome dude. Thanks for subscribing, Will back. That was just for you. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let's jump right in here. We've got some science to spend, don't we? We're up to 482 science, according to what's written on my screen right now. I think it's written on yours too. So let's see what we've got available. Well, wait. Maybe I should take a moment and tell you a little bit about Mission 5. I want to go to the moon, but I also want to go to Minmus. And I'm sort of torn. Should I go to the moon or should I go to Minmus? We've been to both. I want to go back and see more of it. What should I do? What should I do? Oh, I know what I'll do. Let's go to both. Let's go to the moon and Minmus. Let's stick all the kit onto one ship, fly it up there, split it apart, send one ship to Minmus, and land one on the moon. This is what I'm thinking. We're going to have a one pod that's heading toward Minmus, and this is going to be an unmanned ship. It's just going to have a probe on it, and that's going to go to Minmus with a Science Junior kit, because if you've been following the series, then you know that I screwed up and I destroyed our Science Junior kit in Mission 4. So we've got to get that data back, or else Kerbal Space Command is going to do bad things to me while I sleep. So we've got to do that. We just have to. Oh look, you can zoom out. Who knew? So I want to do that, and so this lander for Minmus is just going to have a Science Junior kit on it, and just barely enough fuel to come home. That's all I want to do. But so I want to get it there by going to the moon, and we will go to the moon with a manned ship, Jebediah, flying us just like he always does, and Jebediah is going to land us on the moon, and we're going to have, we need to have some kind of a vehicle for him, even if it's just like a little RCS hopper or something like that, but I want him to go all over the moon and collect just a torrent of science data for us, just lots of it. So he'll be doing that, and at the same time, our little Minmus mission will be flying off to Minmus, and that'll collect its science data and come back too. This is the large-scale plan. I've never done anything this big before. It may not sound big to you, it sounds big to me. That's the plan in general. So let's start looking at the kit that we have available now. This one has a probe, so that's probably going to be necessary. Let's look at what else is available to us right now. I don't even know what some of these parts are. You realize I've only played the KSP demo before this. So that's all plane bits. We're not into planes yet, thank you. I'd love to have some ladders. And that looks like another science gathering bit right there, the thermometer. I'm sure that's exactly what it is. What else have we got? Micro landing struts. Those could be useful on Minmus, couldn't they? And, wheels. Wheels, right? Small gear bay. High performance gear designed for atmospheric use. It looks like a wheel, but that's not what it's saying it is. Well, some of this we're just gonna have to try to find out, Oh, look at this. We've got little tiny engines and another RCS tanks. Oh, a mini stack decoupler. Oh, this is very neat. I like everything that's there. That's a very expensive tier, though. Well, I'm tempted here and there to do this and that, but we definitely need the probe, so let's take that and see what that opens up here. Now we have another winglet. Ooh, some SAS for us, an advanced stabilizer, that could be nice. What do we want? What do we need? What do we weed? What do we not? We know none of that. None of that. None of that, really. I mean, it's not important. None of that's really important either. That would be nice. That would be nice. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the SAS. Bam. And I'm gonna grab the ladders and the thermometer. Bam. And, I kind of like this. I really like this. I think I've never used these small thrusters before, but I'm thinking of Minmus. Yes, let's do this. Let's grab these thrusters for the sake of Minmus, because there's such low gravity. Oh, let's try that. Let's try that. That's what I'm into. Okay, we're grabbing that, which leaves us with 97 science, so we have to pick one of these tiers if we're going to take anything. We can only take one, and we don't want anything at the top, so I guess we're taking this one because we get a micro landing strut, which again could be good for Minmus, and whatever this small gear bay is. So yes, okay, we've figured it out. What did we unlock over here? Oh, I'm not going to look ahead. I don't want to look ahead. Close your eyes, close your eyes. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna grab that, and we're down to 7 science. We can't afford anything else. Let's get out of the candy store and head into the VAB. Let's start by making our Minmus lander, because that will be very fun. We're gonna start with the Stay Putnik probe. Because we're not sending a man up there. What does this one look like? Oh, it's very small. It's very small. That could be fun too, but I'm gonna try with the Stay Putnik, because that's what we got first. What do we put on top? We're definitely going to want RCS. Are we definitely going to want RCS? I like RCS on my... You know what we could do? How much does this weigh? Total mass 0.55, total mass 0.235. So this is half. This is half. Okay, well if we just put one right on top, that would look funny, wouldn't it? Okay, that's a little off-center. Let's try this again. Will that work? How's that look? Oh, that looks perfect. To a blind man. There you go, that's as close as we need to get. So we've got our snowman. If I could find some smaller ball to stick on there, we'd have a snowman. Then we could put little coal in his eyes and a carrot stick nose and all that. So how much fuel do you think we need to get off of Minmus? To and off. To and off of. Small one or second smallest one? What you think? What you thinking? I think we could do it with the small one, but that would require great skill. And you're not flying with a man who has great skill. So, let's try that. Look at how tiny these little thrusters are. So what's the difference between engine power 20, engine power 1.5? My god, that's nothing. Engine power 1.5, nothing again. What is the difference? Is this a solid fuel? Is that what this is? Propellants, liquid fuel and oxidizer. No? Well, that's weird. Because they look more or less the same size, don't they? No, they don't. Not at all. Pay attention, Pawn. Okay. So we get 20 out of these. Alright. Relatively speaking, how's that to RCS? Thruster power 1, well, that's not going to tell me. What can I compare that to? Tell me what that is in comparison to our default lander engine. 50 from the default lander engine. So 2 of these would be very close to one of those. That's all I've ever needed, really. That's more than I'd ever need. So, what do you think? Do you think just 2 of those would work to get onto and off of Minmus? I think we like 3-sided symmetry, don't we? Ah, yes. That's what I think. Let's put these right down there. Shall we? Oh, that doesn't look good at all. No. How like that? Is that nice? Yeah, that's nice. That's pretty. I like pretty things. And of course landers need legs, but the other thing that landers need is the bloody Science Junior. That's the whole point of the mission. So, up or down, Science Junior? Up or down? Are you going up or are you going down? Joot. We've got to have our, RCS vents. Right? Somewheres. Huh. I'm just thinking now, I don't want to lose the, we're not going to lose it, no, I think this is, I think I do have to do this. Sorry everyone, I'm glad you're coming along for this, I really am. Okay. See, this is what you don't usually see. You don't usually see me building a ship from scratch and scratching my head and saying, oh, should I do that? So you're in for a treat today, or you're just in for madness, pulling your hair out and that sort of thing. Okay, we need legs. We're definitely going to need legs for our lander. And there you are. Yeah, you're penetrating one of our, well, two of our thrusters there, but apparently KSP is fine with that, doesn't mind a bit. So we've got our little thrusters, we've got, what else do we need? We're going to need electricity for this. Right? So the Z100, is this rechargeable? Yes, it's a rechargeable battery pack. We just might need to be able to recharge it too. That's beautiful. Okay, how do these, how much electric charge? 45 per minute. Yeah, that's more than enough. I could get away with just one of them, really. But then it wouldn't look nice. Okay, let's just tack some parachutes on. Where are the parachutes? We're gonna need the radial mounted parachutes, and unfortunately I think we're gonna need two of them, just because it wouldn't come down right if we didn't have two. And the only place to stick them now. We're gonna move our photovoltaic panels down and have these on the side, like that, near the top where parachutes should be. Why aren't you going? What? Did the other panel not come down? No, it did. So you're just being KSP, are you? You're just being KSP. You want me to do this a couple of times there? Do you like that? Ooh, do you like it when I rub you there? Okay, now how do you feel about it? Yeah, that's all you needed. You just wanted a touch. You just wanted a little pet. Everyone likes to be petted sometimes. I know I do. Okay, that's it. That's our lander. I think we've addressed all the issues for our Minmus lander, and I've given it a name and a proper description up here. The Minmus Probe Lander Mark 1, equipped with Science Junior for junior sciencing. So we've got that. Now let's move on to the moon lander. We'll just stick this up here, and what we're going to do with the moon lander, well, we're going to need a pod, aren't we? We need somewhere for Jeb to sit. He has to be comfortable. He does. I don't know if you ever talked to Jeb about comfort, but he goes on for ages about how much he enjoys his sofa and his lazy boy in the living room and all that sort of thing. He's very into his comfort, Jeb is. Okay, so we've got the pod. Now this, the lander, is going to need some RCS of its own too, isn't it? Is it? Should it? Might as well do it right. And put on... Well, wait a second. This is something new. I grabbed the wrong RCS tank. I've never used the little mini ones. That's fun. So let's do that. Let's have that above that, like that. And we're going to have to be able to let go of that, aren't we? So we'll get a decoupler, and this, and then we've got just a little bit of RCS, just enough to get the job done. Is that going to be enough to get the job done? With me flying, monopropellant 50, what am I used to? 100. Yeah, 50 will be fine, we can make that work. But wait, we want another Science Junior, don't we? How much do these bloody Science Juniors weigh? 0.2, right, I just looked at that. So what's that relative to other things? Tiny fuel tank is 0.2. Well, we're just gonna pop it on there because that's what we want. We definitely want it. Oh, and hey, we've got new science equipment I wasn't thinking about, so we've got to stick a thermometer on here somewhere. Right underneath our Batman. Actually, the Batman's gonna go lower, and this one's gonna go higher, because that is good chi. That's gonna keep the energy circulating in the universe, and these have gone two-sided on me for some reason. Little battery pack, and we've got that. Did we get any SAS? We did, didn't we? We've got the advanced stabilizer now. Shall we maybe... How much does that weigh? 0.5, that's pretty heavy. Maybe we'll put that on our stage, on a lower stage, on the get us the hell off of Kerbin stage. That's what we'll do with that. Right there. And we should also have some photovoltaic panels down here, shouldn't we? Boy, this ship is getting heavy. Okay, we've got panels, we've got goo, we've got science. I think we need some way of actually getting to and coming from the moon. So, as I recall, that's not quite enough fuel for me to be comfortable, and that is. And once more, the chi, people. That just didn't look right. This looks right. I'm very picky, aren't I? I'm very picky. Now I'm looking at this right now and saying that moonlander is going to be rather tall. So now, if we do it like that, it's a better lander because it sets down more properly. It'll stand up better. But the legs are harder to place and it looks kind of funky and we have to strut the hell out of it. Should we do it this way? I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. I think I'm just gonna have my usual fare. Yeah, we'll just have to set down properly. That's all we'll have to do. We'll have to do what we do. That's all. We are on one-sided symmetry now, aren't we? Good. Take these all the way down. Have ourselves a proper ship that you can get in and out of no matter how much gravity you're standing in. Perfect-ish. Okay, that's a lot of ladder. That is a lot of ladder. 0.2 each for the ladders? That's as much as a bloody Science Junior. We're going to the moon. There's no gravity. I can't afford 0.2 times 10. We're back, we got rid of the ladders. Micro landing struts. Ooh, we were thinking about those for up here. What do they look like? What's the deal? Why are they better? Are they better 0.015 in weight or 0.05? They are quite a bit better in terms of weight, and these are only intended for Minmus gravity, so that should be just fine. I've never used these. I've never used those. I hope they extend a little bit. I'm sure they do. They look like they do. Don't they? Yeah, they look like they slide down. Okay. That's cool, that's cool. And this one's getting the proper landing struts, because setting down on the moon is quite a bit of gravity. Also coming back, this one will be coming back, and, well, they'll both be coming back. But this one's going to be a bit heavier, isn't it? And the parachutes, those are going to be necessary. We're going to want those. Definitely going to want some parachutes on a kit, but where do we stick them? This ship is already so bloody full. There you go. Got to keep that chi flowing. So, what else do we need for this lander? Anything? Let's move these over. Back as we had them. They look nicer that way. Very pretty, very pretty. So, we've got something to land on, we've got science to take, and science to take, and science to take. And we'll have Jeb, and we've got electricity, and we've got a way to generate electricity, and we've got parachutes to come home with, and we've got a rocket, and we've got enough fuel. That's a big deal. So, what do you say? Do you think we've got it? Is that it? Have we done it? I think we have. I think we've got both of our landers here. We're off to a good start. Okay, so now we just need that lower stage. We just need to figure out how we're going to get all of this all the way to Minmus. Well, half of this all the way to Minmus. Oh, let's take a break. Let's just step away for a second. Excuse me, I'll be right back. I'm back! Okay, and I am ready to build this lower stage, this get us the hell off of Kerbin's stage. So, I honestly have no idea how much of anything that we're going to need. How much is going to be something that we're just going to have to tinker with and see what we get. Now, structurally, we do have some tri-couplers. That seems to make the most sense here, because we are going to need an awful lot of thrust to get all of this up, aren't we? So let's put a decoupler down here, and a tri-coupler right there, and throw on some of our largest fuel tanks. 3 times symmetry. Bam. And, yeah, the most efficient fuel, most efficient engines we can get, right there. Now that I'm thinking about it, because this is going to be a very large ship and possibly quite wobbly, let's go ahead and put on that advanced stabilizer. We've got 0.5 in weight, this is 0.3 in weight. What's the difference between the inline reaction wheel and the advanced stabilizer? This is advanced SAS and this is just regular SAS? Is that it? Is that all? Well, it's a different of 0.2 as far as weight goes, and seeing as we saved ourselves quite a lot of weight by throwing off the ladders, I'm willing to put on the advanced SAS. That's very nice. I think we would probably need, even still, I think we would need a second stage of solid fuel. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So... how are we going to do that? Let us know in the comments right now. Let's see. No... The music is perfect for this moment in time. This moment of non-committal, where do we go from here, what do we do? Yeah, listen to it. That is exactly the mood I am setting. I don't think that this is going to work. I just don't see this being anywhere near enough fuel, and I don't see how I can get more fuel onto this in a nice symmetrical way that doesn't hurt my brain when I look at it. So I'm going to ditch the tri-coupler concept. Goodbye! And, go for something a little more, what do they call that? It's one of my favorite, greens, asparagus. Something a little more asparagus style. That's a lot of fuel, isn't it? Now, obviously, we're not going to get anywhere with just one thruster like that. So, what are we going to do about that, ladies and gentlemen? Indecisiveness. Listen, we're going to have to test the hell out of this ship, is what I'm thinking, so let's just start putting things together, and you know, we'll make corrections as we go, obviously. So there we go, we've got 4 engines for firing. These have all got to be tied together with fuel ducting, and they are absolutely none of them are sitting properly on their, yeah, on the decouplers. Not a one is sitting properly. Oh, Ronin Pawn, what are we going to do with you, mate? What are we going to do with you? Just like... so. Perfect. So, right there. And how about to right there? And going to need a few more of those, please. Okay, and you... Hereish. Oh. Well, thank you. It just zipped that in without me even having to click. Great. The game is getting smarter. It's too smart. I can put these right onto the SAS unit, can't I? We'll just go dink, and we'll just go Dink, dink. There you go. Yeah, good enough, good enough. Don't do it, Pawn. Don't. I hate you, Pawn. I really do. I bloody hate you. But I love you too. Okay, are you satisfied now? Okay. And just make sure they're actually on the decouplers. I know you too well, Pawn. I know you too well. How's that? Yes, yes, sir, yes. Excellent. Some struts, please? Struts? Anyone for struts? Can I borrow a strut or two? A strut or two. Strut or two. Such a stupid, silly, ridiculous idea, and I was in love. Let's try one more time, just from the very tippy top. From the very tippy top. No, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Unless we do this. Move you over here. Move you over here. And there you are. There you have it, my friends. The most ludicrous looking thing you've ever seen in your life. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm Ronan Pawn. Let's get it on. I have to do something about this little hat of his, though. I just can't have it like that. I absolutely can't have it. And I know we're just never going to get it perfect, but I just can't have it looking all wonky like that. It's going to drive me absolutely insane. Come on, just sit somewhere relatively nice. Somewhere where I won't notice how awful you are. Nope, that's not going to do either, is it? I like that, though. I like that. The way that is wonky is nicer than the way it was wonky before. So I can deal with that. Okay, is there anything we're forgetting? I think so. I think sanity. I think we've left the sanity behind. And what a good name for a ship. The Sanity Mark 1. Okay, and the description? This is a dual purpose, a double. We're going two places. We're going to Minmus and the moon in this ship, so the words that we would use would be kerfluffle. Perfect. And save this Sanity Mark 1 kerfluffle. And who wants to do the staging? I just looked at the right side of the screen. I have no interest in doing the staging. Would anyone like to volunteer? Okay, I'll do it. I'll do the staging. I'm going to trust the rest of it. And we're going to test fly it. So, let's take this baby out to the pad and see what she can do.